I'm John Hendricks. It's Friday, September 12th. Today. Streets in a Manitoba city turn into rivers after an overnight downpour. Also today, hope for healing. A statement from the RCMP officer injured in a highway crash after responding to a mass stabbing. Plus, sharing an apology. A Manitoba cabinet minister apologizes for sharing a social media post about the killing of an American conservative activist. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Marilee is off today. People in the city of Steinbach are cleaning up after an overnight downpour. Residents shared videos like these on social media. Streets turned into rivers after about 126 millimeters of rain, that's almost 5 inches, fell overnight. A release from the city of Steinbach said because the ground was already wet, the rain pushed the city's sewer and drainage systems to the max, and creeks and ditches throughout the city spilled their banks.
It was like your shower coming down on you. And then when we were driving, you couldn't see anything. And then you're going through puddles and it's like waves coming over your car. It's crazy.
Today, the cleanup begins. The city of Steinbach says it's now investigating whether this storm will qualify for the province of Manitoba's Disaster Financial Assistance Program. It's telling residents to document any property damage due to flooding in case they have to make a claim. CTV's Daniel Halmerson is in Steinbach today. Coming up on CTV News at 6, he'll show you how flooding is affecting a local animal rescue and a hockey arena. We're hearing today from the RCMP officer seriously injured in a highway crash responding to a mass stabbing on a Manitoba First Nation. Corporal Brianne Bartmanovich says the tragedy will stay with her forever. In a statement released today, the officer says she has served Hollow Water First Nation for 7 years, and her thoughts are with the victims. She adds that she's hopeful everyone will be able to heal. Police have said 26-year-old Tyrone Samard killed his 18-year-old sister and wounded 7 others at 2 homes on the First Nation northeast of Winnipeg on September 2nd. They said Samard fled in a stolen vehicle and died in a crash with the RCMP cruiser that Corporal Bartmanovich was driving. Bartmanovich says that she's recovering and thanks hospital staff for their kindness and dedication. A Manitoba cabinet minister is apologizing for sharing a social media post about the killing of American conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Families Minister Nahanni Fontaine has shared another person's post that described Kirk as racist, sexist, and transphobic, calling him a white nationalist mouthpiece. The post's authors said they have no empathy for Kirk, save for his children, who witnessed the killing earlier this week at a Utah university. Fontaine removed the post shortly after, but screenshots have circulated on social media and have drawn criticism. Premier Wab Kinew says he expressed his concern with Fontaine and asked her to apologize.
And I asked our minister to apologize because I want us to be a force as a government, as you would expect as Manitobans, a force for openness and dialogue and taking the temperature down.
Coalition.
Fontaine later issued a brief written statement in which she apologized for sharing the post and said violence has no place in a democracy. Now, this is the second apology from Fontaine in the past few months. In June, she apologized for a hot mic moment where she was caught complaining about an ASL interpreter who was on stage with her. Lower-income Manitobans can now improve their home's efficiency without paying out of pocket.
There's a comfort piece to this, there's an affordability piece, and there's an environmental piece.
Government ministers gathered in Elmwood today to announce a revision to the existing Affordable Home Energy Program. Now, the program provides financial reimbursements for home retrofits, including insulation, heat pumps, solar panels, and energy-efficient windows and doors. Under the existing program, homeowners had to pay some of the costs. Now, Manitobans with low or medium incomes can get the upgrades with no money up front.
This program helps deliver
on our promise to help families cut energy costs while also giving a boost to our economy and reducing our greenhouse gases.
Ottawa is providing roughly $30 million to Efficiency Manitoba for the program. And for the first time, tenants are eligible. Go to Efficiency Manitoba's website to see if you qualify. Manitoba is the first province to sign on to the national program. The sordid legacy of the country's residential school system and path towards reconciliation will soon have a home in Winnipeg.
Building this lodge is not just the NCTR's responsibility. It is our responsibility, and we must act together to continue to educate this country and shut down hatred.
Premier Wab Kinew announced his government will put forward $20 million for a permanent home for the National Centre for Truth and Reconciliation. He says it will be located at the former Southwood Golf and Country Club grounds in St. Norbert. Along with historical records and oral testimonies, the site will feature exhibits, ceremonial spaces, educational programming, and conduct research into the progress of the Commission's calls to action. The NCTR was established in 2015 and until now has been operating out of a temporary location at the University of Manitoba. An inspection blitz found hundreds of boats coming into Manitoba failed to meet requirements for preventing the spread of aquatic invasive species. In late August, Fisheries and Oceans Canada and the Manitoba government conducted a 3-day roadside inspection on the Trans-Canada Highway near the Ontario border. Inspectors checked more than 950 boats coming into Manitoba. The majority were compliant with requirements that boats need to be cleaned, drained, and dry before entering Manitoba. However, more than 200 failed the inspection, and 14 required decontamination. One boat had visible zebra mussels on it, a harmful invasive species that threatens the ecosystems of lakes and rivers. Now, under federal regulations, it's illegal to introduce an aquatic species into a body of water where it's not native. Fines for violating the laws aren't cheap. They can be up to $100,000. Wab Kinew remains the most popular premier in the country, but a majority of Manitobans aren't satisfied with how he's handling some of their top issues. Now that's according to a new poll from the Angus Reid Institute. It found the most pressing issues for Manitobans are the cost of living, health care, public safety, and housing affordability. On all four, at least 3 in 5 Manitobans said the government was doing a poor job. Now things were slightly better when it comes to the economy. Only half of respondents saying Manitoba is doing a poor job. Now despite that, 48% said they would vote NDP if the election were held today. 334 Manitobans took part in the survey between August 28th and September 5th. It has a margin of error plus or minus 5 percentage points. And CTV's Catherine Dow joins us now with your first look at the Skywatch evening forecast. And Catherine, we really got hammered by the rain yesterday.
Yes, and John, the system that was likely the culprit isn't letting up just yet. In fact, we've been warned about this for the last couple of days by Environment and Climate Change Canada. It is a slow-moving upper air pattern spreading this convective activity through areas of southwest Manitoba and slightly into our region as well, as we saw last night. And as mentioned, it has not left our region yet. You can see a little bit of cloud coverage. It's not totally picking up on the radar, but as we go to the futurecast, you start to see it rear its head. I won't say ugly head. There it is, spreading across the province into tomorrow. Later on the newscast, I'm going to have details about how this system will materialize, what the conditions could be, and where it's likely to hit, and how long it's going to be lasting. So stay with us. Right now, we look outside. It's relatively cloudy, as will be the case for much of the weekend for southern Manitoba. Hot, though, 26 degrees. That humidex at 32. Winds are very light out of the east at 6. The barometric pressure falling, humidity at 59%.
The Bathfitter Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
Taking a check-in on traffic, everyone wanting to get home for their weekend at Portage at Polo Park. Traffic is moving along at a good clip, although traffic volumes are relatively high.
We've been to Denny's where she's a star there. She gets VIP treatment.
You've heard of emotional support dogs. Well, we'll introduce you to an emotional support alligator. But first, how Winnipeg scientists have helped find possible proof of life once existed on Mars. Stay with us. We're right back.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
The federal government wants shovels in the ground on a high-speed rail line in 4 years. The 1,000-kilometer corridor would run between Toronto and Quebec City, zipping passengers along at 300 kilometers an hour. The trade minister says the new major projects office will work to speed up engineering and other work, even though this didn't make the initial list of projects announced by the Prime Minister on Thursday. Here's a look at how the trading day ended. The Canadian dollar is down to 72.23. West Texas Intermediate is up just a bit to 62.19. Western Canadian Select is down over $1 to 50.80, and the TSX dropped 124 points today, ending the week at 29,283. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
Manitoba's finance minister says he's still aiming to balance the budget, even as a major credit rating agency warns of a much deeper deficit. The province is projecting a $327 million deficit for the 2026-27 fiscal year. But Moody's is forecasting that number could swell to $900 million, citing trade uncertainty and new tariffs from the U.S. and China. Finance Minister Adrian Salas says his government hasn't yet tabled its next budget and says the tariff impact so far hasn't been as severe as expected. In the War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells imagined that Mars was home to aliens bent on conquering us. Well, we haven't found any extraterrestrial spacecraft on the red planet so far, but a Winnipeg scientist has helped find possible proof that Mars once harbored life. The clue came from Martian rocks collected by NASA's Perseverance rover. Ed Clutis from the University of Winnipeg, working with researchers from the University of Alberta and Brock University, found a potential biosignature. They believe minerals inside the formation could be the result of a chemical reaction from organic matter within the rocks.
If we want to sort of find out better whether it's biological or not, we'd have to bring it back to Earth and analyze it with a whole range of big lab instruments that we couldn't miniaturize enough to put on a rover. So there is a sample of it that's on the rover right now for eventual hopeful return to Earth.
Ed Clutis says it's possible the minerals were formed without the presence of biological life. However, he feels this is the most promising evidence yet discovered that would be consistent with biology. And a quick reminder that it's time for another giveaway weekend in Winnipeg. Saturday and Sunday, you can place unwanted household goods on the curb. Label your items free. Giveaway weekends help keep items like books, furniture, and appliances out of the landfill. Now, don't put away unsafe items or anything with bed bugs or toilets. The city gives 2 giveaway weekends per year in the spring and in the fall. United Way Winnipeg celebrates 60 years with a huge celebration kickoff. We'll have that and your local entertainment news after the break.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Tom Papa.
Catherine Dow has your spotlight today, and Catherine, a fitting display for the Leaf at Assiniboine Park.
Yes, today it unveiled its newest display, the Enchanted Forest. More than 30 live trees are on display, everything from elm, birch, crabapple, and Scotch pine, and even some bonsai trees. You can also see and learn about forest floor plants such as ferns and shrubs, and bog plants like Venus flytraps.
While we have a lot of trees that will eventually end up in the park as well, you'll see a lot of extra little components here that make it a little bit more of a fun experience. So we have a little bog experience and some small fairies and some gnomes and some fun lighting here too. So a little bit of fun things to explore while you're in the biome.
The Enchanted Forest opens today and runs until November 16th.
Fans of Cobra Kai will probably be pretty happy to see those bonsai trees.
I was also thinking about Little Shop of Horrors when I heard about the Venus flytrap, so.
It's got something for everyone.
For everyone, musical theater fans, karate fans, you name it.
You said it. A pretty big birthday for a popular local charity today.
Yeah, today the United Way of Winnipeg kicked off its 2025 fundraising campaign, the 60th year for the organization.
3, 2, 1!
Teams of 20 people rolled up their sleeves and each helped pull off the incredible feat of pulling a plane. The event is symbolic of how by pulling together, Winnipeggers can help each other accomplish anything.
We're pulling planes because Winnipeggers care. Winnipeggers care about each other and about making sure that we have a strong social safety net for all Winnipeggers, because we never know when we might need community, and that is the work that the 125 incredible agencies that the United Way support do every single day.
Last year, United Way Winnipeg raised $22.5 million, and officials say because the need for assistance has grown, they hope to raise even more this year.
And a Winnipeg dance group also celebrating.
Yeah, the Village Green English Dance Group is turning 50. Village Green is a dance club keeping historic English dance alive in Manitoba. It was founded in 1975 and offers weekly classes, dance demonstrations, and a ball twice a year. Dances range from the early 1700s through modern interpretations. The group is celebrating with an open house. You can learn about English country dance next Wednesday, September 17th at Harrow United Church on Mulvey Avenue. No experience is necessary, just a desire to learn and have fun.
You could do that for like a Downton Abbey thing.
Themed, yeah, or like maybe some sort of Jane Austen night. You never know.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Thanks, Catherine.
No problem. And your primetime lineup starts at 7 with an epic battle of the monsters in the CTV movie Godzilla vs. Kong. Then catch up on The Big Bang Theory with back-to-back episodes. Another check-in on traffic brings up to McPhillip Street. It's a cloudy one, but traffic moving along at a good pace. Nothing there to slow you down.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by Essentique Spa Salon. CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
After last night's rainy evening through much of southern Manitoba, we're not done with it quite yet. We've been talking about this system, very slow moving. It's going to keep unfolding over the next couple of days. Yes, you heard me correctly, days, bringing rainfall and maybe some convective activity, so thunderstorm activity. Not a lot to show you currently on the radar, except for a little bit of cloud coverage over in the southwest. Coincidentally, that's also where the area of focus will be for more severe thunderstorms. So that could look like strong rain, strong winds, and also potentially some hail, and that could be coming overnight tonight in areas of the southwest. As we see in our future cast, you start to see it really intensify in those regions. Also with it, you've been noticing it's been quite hot. That humid air is also likely going to cause some fog patches overnight. It starts to spread out, as you can see, over southern Manitoba, will dissipate into the morning hours. So potentially a stormy night for the southwest and potentially areas as far north as maybe even the Paw. For us here, we're likely to stay dry. Into tomorrow, we start off cloudy. It does start to taper off a little bit. We'll get a taste of the sunshine. While northern Manitoba, you're sitting pretty with lots of sunshine on the way. But then Saturday night, we start to see that system again. It's sort of wrapping like an L shape into southern Manitoba there. A chance again for some rainfall and thunderstorm activity in southwestern Manitoba, while we could see it overnight on Sunday. In terms of our temperatures, high of 16 degrees with the, or overnight low, excuse me, of 16 degrees with partly cloudy sky in the fog. Tomorrow, very hot with a high of 25 with those clouds clearing into the afternoon. I mentioned that rainfall. It's likely coming overnight Sunday after a cloudy day, and then Monday we kick off the week under the rainfall. Your Skywatch picture of the day, Diane snapped this gorgeous one in Whiteshell Provincial Park. Signs of fall, she says, there in those orange trees. Thanks for grabbing that. We saw the effects of the rain in Steinbach. This is in Mitchell, which is very near Steinbach. Yes, they certainly got a deluge. Thank you so much for submitting, everyone, and keep your weather pictures coming to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Emotional support animals are often dogs or cats that can provide companionship, comfort, and unconditional love. But one man in Texas has an emotional support animal that's getting some mixed reactions. The story from NBC's Andrew Haravnik.
I didn't think that I would actually own an alligator ever. It's been really kind of incredible.
Wesley Silva got his pet alligator 4 years ago from a neighbor who got her as a gift. When they weren't able to care for her anymore, they asked Silva if he'd be interested.
I did some research. I have kids of my own, and I didn't want to put anybody in jeopardy. And after some research, I was like, you know what? I'll take her.
Since then, they've been everywhere.
We've gone to restaurants. We've been to Denny's where she's a star there. She gets VIP treatment. We've been out to Bob Evans. We've been out to the Wagon Wheel in West Brownsville.
Silva says she always got a warm welcome. That is until nearly 2 weeks ago when some shoppers at the West Brownsville Walmart reached out to Channel 11 about an alligator shopping in Walmart with its owner.
It's been very positive, and I was really taken back by that.
While Silva says Jinsei Oshi is registered as an emotional support animal, it's not allowed at Walmart. After our story, Walmart sent this statement saying in part, quote, "We welcome service animals in our stores, but it is unacceptable to expose members of the public to potential danger. Accordingly, alligators are not permitted on our premises." Silva says he's upset, but understands. He says he'll continue taking her wherever she's welcome.
You know, I just go with the flow.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't want that alligator in the store.
But Denny's, they're cool with it, apparently.
You know, that alligator expected to grow between 6 and 8 feet. That's a big alligator.
A lot of Grand Slam breakfast to eat.
We'll see you back at 6.